What's up, guys? It's hot today, so I'm sweating. Update: my almost 5-year relationship ended. It's definitely not easy. It wasn't on bad terms or anything, but there's just some things that I learned that in a relationship, and there's so much there's so much. I don't want to say like a book about how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, mind games. Realistically, when you get to a certain age, dude, like, no, no, no mind games, nothing like that stuff is not appealing. It's not amusing. It's not fun. You also know how sometimes people say, oh, you know, it's okay to deal with a certain amount of crazy. Like, oh, like when some women or men, you know what I mean? I'm saying both. Oh yeah, I'm crazy, like it's just not good, man. Like the things that people think, like, oh yeah, it's just how people are when you're in a relationship. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. You really need to just act like you were acting with your best friend when you were a kid, because a relationship's supposed to be a best friendship. It's not supposed to be a contract, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not supposed to be, and it's very hard. I broke down yesterday. I broke down today. I miss her to death. I still love the girl. She's amazing, but I respect her enough. I gotta give her. We didn't take enough space, but that's another thing. Advice. Space is huge. Like, it's probably, I guarantee you, like 80% of relationships that failed could have worked out had one given the other space or, something like that. Because I'm telling you, like, you need to know what it's like to not be around that person, with that person. Those are just something that I feel like the brain, by nature, kind of needs. Your stomach needs food, you know what I mean? You stay away from food long enough, you begin to miss it, you eat it, you enjoy the shit out of it. But if you ate that same thing for 3 days straight, 4 days straight, you're going to want to be away from it. And it all works the same exact way. That's what I noticed about the universe. It's like everything's color-coded, but branched into millions of different things. Like, yellow can be relationships branched to like a million different aspects of it. But I don't want to say this, but I suffer from major depressive disorder. I had a fentanyl addiction. For 4 years, like you know what I mean. It was tough. I got out of it, got clean, better than ever now. You know what I mean. But emotionally, I feel like if I was using, I would probably be a lot worse. But since I'm not, you know what I mean. It's just natural, raw emotions. And you guys, another thing, advice to men. If your girlfriend, wife, is doing stuff that's driving you crazy, and I don't mean telling you to pick up the laundry, no, not like that. Like something that's genuinely, making you upset, and it's been going on for a while, my advice to you guys is you're going to get bottled up, you're going to get angry, you're probably going to snap. Thing is, silence and walking away, letting them know your point one time, and just walk away. Don't feed into it, start fighting, getting angry, because then you're going to want to tear each other's heads off. It's not a good feeling, because that's supposed to be your best friend, that's supposed to be the person that you're like the only one you want, you know what I mean? When you have that feeling, it's the best feeling in the world, It's hard, man. It's really hard. It's not easy. I miss her, but another thing that helps a lot. It's going to seem easier said than done. Take it from a guy who's been trapped in the house for like 2 fucking years. Was hooked on fentanyl. The first 2 years I could go out, and then it got worse. I couldn't even leave the house without withdrawal. Now I'm free, but you know what I mean? When I finally came up with a plan, like a life plan, I mean, it's like a coating blanket over my brain of euphoria, actually, which is kind of cool. Because you think in the pause part of, recovery, this is something I want to do. I want to become a park ranger. I want to get to the Pacific Northwest. I want to experience the forests. There's so many things you can do. I want to get a quad. Like, this year, I'm going to make so many things happen. Whether I get back with her, or whatever, we get back together or not, it's hard. She lives with me. Her dog's still here. You know what I mean? Her old car is sitting over there. All her clothes are here, and poor girl just needs space, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta just... Point of this video really is, like, space is one thing you should do. You should give them space. You should not scream your head off. You should not curse and damn them in any way possible. That's not fair. That's not nice. That's not right. You need to really work on yourself, and just no games, man. Don't play games with each other. If you want each other, have a talk. There's no need to play games, man. It's just, it's going to trigger your anxiety and make you overthink. You got to just not do that. Like, you have to, and it's so fucking hard. I mean, I was with her for 5 years. I mean, it's like losing my left arm. I mean, beautiful girl, but nice, you know what I mean? It's just, times are really hard right now, so, I agree. I think we need to be away from each other. It's just, I don't even know, missing her now, you know what I mean? Like, it's the first time I've missed her in a long time, so that's how you can tell when things are not, you know what I mean, where you need space. I'm just ranting, but, don't get angry. Try to stay calm, you know what I mean? If you're using drugs, you gotta get help, because that's just gonna make you more angry, and you're gonna mess up everything. Every time you come off the drug, you're gonna go through emotional ups and downs, and you know what I mean? It's not worth it. You gotta have a clean mindset, but also understand that, you can't sit stagnant forever, dude. Like me, I'm depressed as hell right now. I'm depressed, but I can't just sit here and loathe anymore. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's only been a couple days. You know what I mean? It hasn't been long, so it's still fresh, but I miss the girl with all my heart. And there's just, there's nothing you can do, but you realize you just give them their space. Don't bother them. If they call you, text you probably would be the first thing, Social media, the radio silence, you know what I mean? Just don't even, you can be active on Facebook, but don't post, you know what I mean? Don't, all that stuff, man, you just gotta focus on yourself. Like, naturally, it'll be when you don't realize that you're doing that, focusing on yourself and loving yourself, that things, and I'm not just talking about your relationship, I'm talking about generally, things just start kind of falling back into place, So, my advice is just, guys, don't get so angry at the woman, you know what I mean? If she hurts you, I get it. The best killer is silence. You know what I mean? But disrespecting and getting angry, it's not worth it, man. There's times I yelled too, no abuse or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, when I bottled things up that were bothering me and were being neglected. So I bottled it up, and I did snap, I did yell, and you know what I mean? I didn't want to. It hurt me. I was like, I can't even, when I left, I even teared up because I was like, I don't like yelling. I don't like that. That's not who I am, You just you got to have time to miss each other, because even in a marriage, you know what I mean? You still need that. Like, you still need to go away for a day or two, come home, even get away, even if you're in a relationship and you two should stay in a hotel room up the street, do that. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, man. Like, change your perspective, change your scenery. Once I decided I wanted to go to the Pacific Northwest and not into the politics of it all, no. I am strictly a forest guy. I don't care about politics. I'm a forest guy. When shit hits the fan, that's where I'll be. I can't get out of the woods. I hiked 6 miles in 2 feet of snow. You know what I mean? During the day and the night. Shit, I got chased out of the woods by something. You know what I mean? Like, things happen, man, and it's not, you won't expect it. So, if you ignore the problems that you guys are having, if they're not problems that you need to attend to, that if you make a move, something's going to happen, don't touch it. Put it over there while you're over here. It's just like, there's so many videos on self-help and all ways to do this and that, and it's like, come on, man, you're just loading people up with all this information. If you fucked up and you cheated, it's best bet you just stay away. If you got cheated on, same thing. Best you just stay away. If you can forgive them, if you have that power, one day, you have that option. Me personally, no, I can't. If you cheat on me once, I don't want to do it again, because that means that you were just unfaithful. So, but, you know what I mean? If it wasn't any cheating or anything, you guys aren't beating the shit out of each other, and you guys are, had some fights, but, you know what I mean? Just, you gotta be away. You gotta stay away for a little bit. You know what I mean? Don't feed into it, because it's pushy, and I don't even like pushy. I don't like clinginess. It's not just women. I hate that shit. If it's the girl that I'm in love with, doesn't bother me. Cling on to me all you want. You know what I mean? But eventually you guys need space, and it's necessary whether you get together or not. You just have to take space. You cannot. I haven't slept alone in years. Now I'm sleeping alone. It's horrible, but, respect their decision. The outcomes will come the way they should.